Dear Heavenly Father, at this sacred hour of 3 a.m., when the world lies in deep slumber and the hush of night lingers over the earth, I come before you, in this quiet solitude, where darkness meets the first whispers of dawn. My heart is awake, yearning for your presence. The stillness of this hour is profound, a moment where the noise of the world fades, and only your voice can be heard in the depths of my soul. As the stars stand witness to your eternal glory and the moon softly illuminates the silent earth, I bow before you in awe and reverence. This hour, when few are awake, feels like a gateway to the divine, a time when prayers rise unburdened, unshackled by the distractions of the day. It is in this hour that I draw near, longing to be enveloped by your love, to find rest in your embrace, and to hear the gentle whispers of your Spirit speaking into the quiet of my heart. I come with gratitude, Father, for the breath in my lungs, for the beating of my heart, for the gift of this very moment. Every second of life is a grace undeserved, yet you pour it out abundantly. As the world lies still, I reflect on the countless ways you have guided, provided, and protected. You are my shelter in the storm, my refuge in times of trouble, my joy in moments of sorrow. You have carried me through valleys of uncertainty, through nights of weeping, through battles unseen and burdens too heavy for my frail hands to bear. Yet you have never left me. Even when I faltered, when doubt clouded my sight, when fear crept into the chambers of my heart, you remained. Father, in this hour, I bring before you all that I am, my victories and failures, my joys and sorrows, my strength and my weakness. You see me as I truly am, beyond the masks I wear for the world, beyond the words I speak, beyond the actions I take. You see my heart, my deepest longings, my unspoken prayers, my silent struggles, and yet, you love me still. Your love is not measured by my worthiness but by your boundless grace. I ask for your forgiveness. Lord, in this hour of reflection, I lay before you every thought, word, and action that has fallen short of your holiness. Forgive me for the times I chose my own way instead of yours, for the moments I allowed pride to govern my steps, for the times I harbored resentment when you called me to love. Cleanse my heart, O God, and renew within me a steadfast spirit. Wash away every trace of sin, every burden of guilt, every weight that keeps me from walking freely in your light. Let this be an hour of renewal, a moment of restoration, a sacred pause where my soul is made whole again. Father, as I stand at the threshold of a new day, I seek your guidance. I do not know what lies ahead, what trials or triumphs await, but I know that nothing is hidden from you. Go before me, Lord, and make my path straight. Lead me in wisdom when decisions weigh heavy on my mind. Strengthen my heart when challenges arise. Remind me to lean not on my own understanding but to trust in you with every step. Let my life be a reflection of your truth, my words a testimony of your love, my actions a witness to your grace. Fill me with your love, Father, a love that knows no bounds. Let it overflow from my heart, touching those around me, the weary, the broken, the lost, the lonely. Teach me to love as you love, without condition, without reservation. Let my hands be open to give, my heart open to forgive, my spirit open to embrace those who need to see a glimpse of you in the way I live. Let me be a vessel of your peace in a world that aches for kindness, a world that is often so consumed by noise that it forgets the beauty of stillness. Grant me strength, Lord, not just for the tasks of the day, but for the unseen battles, the silent struggles, the moments when my spirit grows weary. Be my anchor when the winds rise, my firm foundation when the ground beneath me shakes. When I feel weak, remind me that your strength is made perfect in my weakness. When I feel afraid, remind me that you have not given me a spirit of fear but of power, love, and a sound mind. When I feel lost, Remind me that I am never beyond the reach of your guiding hand. In this hour, as the night lingers yet the dawn approaches, I lift up my hopes before you. You are the God of new beginnings, the God who turns mourning into dancing, the God who makes a way where there seems to be none. Let this be an hour where faith is renewed, where dreams once laid aside are revived, where hearts once heavy with despair are lifted with the promise of your goodness. Fill me with hope that is steadfast, hope that does not waver in the face of trials, hope that is anchored in the certainty of who you are. I pray for your blessings, Father, not just for myself, but for those I love, for those in need, for those who feel unseen and unheard. Pour out your mercy upon the weary, your healing upon the sick, your comfort upon the grieving. Let your light shine into the darkest corners, bringing redemption, restoration, and renewal. Let your presence be known in the lives of those who seek you, and even in the hearts of those who do not yet know they need you. As the silence of this hour wraps around me, I rest in the assurance that you are near. You are here in the stillness, in the quiet breath of dawn, in the gentle whisper of peace that settles upon my soul. You are the keeper of my heart, the one who holds my tomorrow, the one whose love endures beyond the rising and setting of the sun. In you, I find my refuge. In you, I find my peace. And so, in this sacred hour, at the threshold of a new day, I surrender all that I am, all that I have, all that I hope to be into your loving hands. And so, in this sacred hour, at the threshold of a new day, I surrender all that I am, all that I have, all that I hope to be into your loving hands. Father, as the night lingers and the first whispers of dawn begin to stir, I draw nearer still, longing for more of you. The world is quiet, and in this silence, I can hear the gentle echo of your voice, a voice that has called to me before time began, a voice that speaks with love deeper than the oceans, stronger than the tempests of my life, more enduring than the stars that fade. In this moment, I lay before you every hidden longing of my heart. You see them all, the prayers I have spoken and the ones I have kept locked in silence. You know the hopes that flicker like candlelight within me, the dreams that I cradle with both faith and trembling hands. You know the questions that stir in the quiet corners of my soul, the uncertainties that weigh upon my heart. Yet even in my unknowing, you are my certainty. Even in my wondering, you are my truth. Even when I do not see the road ahead, you are my guiding light. Lord, in the sacred hush of this hour, I ask you to search me and know me. Strip away all that does not belong, all that hinders me from walking in the fullness of your purpose. Examine the depths of my soul and reveal to me the places where I have wandered, the areas where I have held on to things that you have called me to release. Break every chain of fear, every stronghold of doubt, every lie that has taken root in my heart. Purify me, Lord, and refine me like gold in the fire. Let me emerge stronger, steadier, more deeply rooted in the foundation of your word. I lift my eyes to you, the author and finisher of my faith, the one who weaves my story with hands of grace. In the tapestry of my life, there have been threads of joy and sorrow, light and shadow, triumph and trial. Yet in every stitch, you have been present. In every moment, you have been faithful. Not a single tear has fallen unnoticed. Not a single sigh has escaped your hearing. You have walked with me through the valleys, carried me when I was too weary to stand, lifted me when the weight of this world pressed heavy upon my shoulders. How great is your love, Lord, a love that never falters, never wanes, never grows weary of pursuing me. A love that does not turn away, even when I have turned away. A love that waits with open arms, ready to receive me, again and again, no matter how far I have strayed. A love that does not count my faults, does not keep record of my failures, but instead calls me redeemed, beloved, chosen. In this quiet sanctuary of the early morning, I ask you to pour this love into me afresh. to let it fill every empty space, every wound, every longing. Let your love be my resting place, my home, my refuge in the storm. Let it be the fire that fuels my faith, the strength that carries me forward, the light that shines through me so that others may see and know that you are good. Father, I pray for wisdom, for discernment that surpasses human understanding. In a world filled with voices clamoring for attention, let me hear only yours. In a time where confusion seeks to cloud my mind, let your truth stand firm as an anchor for my soul. Teach me to walk in step with your Spirit, to move not by impulse but by divine leading. Show me the way in which I should go. And when I am uncertain, remind me that you are my compass, my North Star, my unshakable foundation. I lift before you my hands, empty yet open, ready to receive all that you desire to pour out. Fill me, Lord, not with the fleeting things of this world but with the eternal riches of your kingdom. Let my life be an offering, a vessel through which your glory is revealed. Let my words speak life, my actions reflect kindness, my presence bring peace. Let me be an instrument of your grace, a living testimony of your mercy, a bearer of light in the places still shrouded in darkness. Father, in this moment, my heart is drawn to those who are weary, those who feel forgotten, those who lie awake in the shadows of the night with burdens too heavy to bear alone. I intercede for them now, lifting their names, their unspoken prayers, their silent cries before you. For the brokenhearted, I ask for your comfort. For the anxious, I ask for your peace. For the sick, I ask for your healing. For the wandering, I ask for your guidance. For the weary, I ask for your strength. Lord, be near to those who need you most. Wrap them in the arms of your presence. Remind them that they are not alone. Let this prayer rise as incense before you, a fragrance of faith, surrender, and longing. Let it be a bridge between heaven and earth, a whisper that reaches the throne room of eternity. Let it carry with it not only my own heart's cry but the prayers of all who seek you in the hidden hours of the night, all who long for your presence in the stillness of the dawn. Lord, in this hour, let your peace settle upon me like the morning dew, quiet and gentle, yet profoundly present. Let it seep into the deepest crevices of my soul, washing over every restless thought, every lingering worry, every anxious anticipation of the unknown. Let it be a peace that surpasses all understanding, a peace that stands unshaken in the face of life's uncertainties, a peace that testifies to the presence of the Almighty within me. I know that when the sun rises and the world awakens once more, the noise will return, the demands of the day, the weight of responsibilities, the rush of tasks waiting to be done. But in this moment, I dwell in the sanctuary of your presence, in the holy hush of a world at rest. And I ask, Lord, that this stillness would remain within me, even when the day begins, even when the noise resumes, even when the weight of the world presses in once more. Let me carry this quiet into the hours ahead, a quiet not of inactivity but of unwavering trust, of deep-rooted faith, of confidence that no matter what may come, you are with me. As the minutes slip by and the dawn draws closer, I fix my eyes on you, the one who holds all things together, the one whose love knows no bounds, the one who was, who is, and who will be forevermore. My heart is yours, my life is yours, this day is yours. And so, with every breath, with every moment, with every step I take from this hour onward, I surrender anew, trusting that you who began a good work in me will be faithful to bring it to completion. And so, with every breath, with every moment, with every step I take from this hour onward, I surrender anew, trusting that you who began a good work in me will be faithful to bring it to completion. The sky remains dark, yet I know that beyond this veil of night, the sun prepares to rise. In the same way, even when my circumstances feel uncertain, when the path ahead is obscured by shadows, I trust that your light is drawing near. The night may seem long, but it is not endless. The darkness may be deep, but it cannot outlast the dawn. And just as the world waits for the morning, my soul waits for you. Lord, I wait with expectation, with faith, with the quiet confidence that you are always at work. Even in the unseen, even in the waiting, I lift up my hands to you. My Father, my Redeemer, my refuge, you are my place of safety. The one who holds me close when my spirit trembles. The one who speaks peace into the storms that rage within me. I do not always understand your ways, but I know that they are higher than mine. I do not always see the full picture, but I know that your hand is upon me. And so I trust, even when the answers do not come, even when the waiting stretches longer than I had hoped, even when the journey is marked by unexpected turns. For you are the God who does not forsake, the God who does not abandon, the God who leads with wisdom and love. In this holy hour, I bring before you the deepest burdens of my heart. I lay them at your feet, one by one, releasing them from my grasp, surrendering them to your perfect will. For too long, I have carried weights not meant for me to bear. For too long, I have clung to worries that steal my peace, to fears that rob me of joy. But now, in the silence of this morning, I let them go. I choose to trust you more than my uncertainties. I choose to rest in the knowledge that you are sovereign, that you are in control, that nothing, no trial, no hardship, no sorrow, is beyond your power to redeem. I surrender my plans, Lord, the dreams I hold so tightly, the hopes I have mapped out, the expectations I have built. Let them be shaped by your hands. If they are not of you, strip them away. If they are not in alignment with your purpose, reorient my heart. If they are meant to unfold differently than I imagined, grant me the grace to accept and embrace your ways. Let my desires be refined in the fire of your wisdom. Let my ambitions be tempered by the humility of knowing that your plans are always greater, always higher, always leading toward something far more beautiful than I could ever envision. I surrender my relationships, Lord, those I love, those who walk alongside me, those who have hurt me, those I struggle to understand. Let love be the language that guides every interaction. Let patience be the bridge that heals every division. Let kindness be the balm that soothes every wound. And where forgiveness is needed, let me extend it freely, just as you have so graciously forgiven me. Rid me of resentment, of bitterness, of the temptation to hold on to past wrongs. Teach me to love without condition, to serve without expectation, to reflect your heart in the way I speak, in the way I act, in the way I choose to see others. I surrender my fears, Lord, the anxieties that creep in when the world feels uncertain, the doubts that whisper when I feel inadequate, the lies that try to convince me I am not enough, that I am unseen, that I am alone. Banish them, Lord. Silence every voice that is not yours. Let your truth be louder, stronger, unwavering. Remind me that I am known, that I am loved, that I am held securely in your hands. Replace my fear with faith, my worry with worship, my uncertainty with unshakable trust. I surrender my time, Lord, the hours ahead, the moments yet to unfold. Let them not be wasted on trivial things, on distractions that pull me away from you. Let them be filled with purpose, with intentionality, with the pursuit of things eternal. Let my thoughts be set on what is noble and true. Let my words bring life, not harm. Let my actions testify to the goodness of a life lived in surrender to you. As this sacred hour stretches on, I sense your nearness more deeply. I feel the weight of your presence settling upon my spirit, steadying me, strengthening me. I am reminded that I am not alone, that in every breath, in every heartbeat, in every moment, you are with me. And if you are with me, what shall I fear? If you are for me, what can stand against me? If you are leading me, what can shake me? Lord, let my life be a song of praise to you, not just in the moments of joy, but in the trials, Not just in the seasons of abundance, but in the wilderness. Not just when the path is smooth, but when the road is rough and uncertain. Let me worship not only with my lips but with my life. Let me declare your goodness not only in what I say but in how I live. Let my faith be steadfast, unwavering, anchored in the unchanging truth that you are God, and you are good. Father, I lift my eyes to the heavens, to the vastness of your creation, and I am reminded of how small I am, yet how deeply you love me. You who formed the stars, who called each one by name, you who shaped the mountains and measured the depths of the sea. You who set time into motion and holds eternity in your hands, you know me. You see me, you hear me, and that is enough. I do not need to have all the answers. Because I have you, I do not need to fear what lies ahead. Because you go before me, I do not need to strive for the approval of men. Because I am already chosen, already called, already beloved in your sight. I do not need to carry the weight of the world, because you are the one who upholds it. So I breathe deep in this moment. I inhale grace. I exhale surrender. I inhale peace. I exhale striving. I inhale faith. I exhale fear. And I wait. I wait for the dawn to break, for the first light to touch the horizon, for the promise of a new day to unfold. But even more than that, I wait for you. I wait with expectant hope, with open hands, with a heart ready to follow wherever you lead. For you are my beginning and my end, my refuge and my strength, my light in the darkness, my peace in the storm, my joy in sorrow, my hope in uncertainty, my everything. And so I remain here in this sacred hour, in the hush before the world awakens, in the stillness where your voice is clear, in the presence of the one who is and is to come. My heart beats in quiet surrender. My soul rests in the assurance of your love. My spirit lifts in worship, knowing that this moment, this breath, this very hour belongs to you. Thus, in this sacred hour, as the night lingers on the edge of dawn, my spirit remains steadfast in your presence, dwelling in the quiet sanctuary of this moment. The hush of the world amplifies the whispers of your love, and in this silence, I am reminded of the vastness of your mercy. Time seems to pause, held in the gentle embrace of your sovereignty. And in this stillness, I reflect upon the countless ways you have been my refuge, through the shifting seasons of my life. In the moments of triumph and the valleys of sorrow, you have been my anchor, steady and unshaken. You have been my pillar when I could not stand, my compass when I was lost, my shelter when the winds of life howled around me. I see now that every breath I take is a testament to your faithfulness. Every heartbeat a reminder that I live not by my own strength but by your sustaining grace. Father, as the world slumbers, my soul is awake, yearning for the depth of your presence. There is no place I would rather be than here, in this sacred communion where time dissolves, where burdens are lifted, where my heart beats in rhythm with yours. In this stillness, I see more clearly. I see the layers of my soul that need refining, the corners of my heart that still resist surrender. I see the moments I clung to control instead of trusting in your perfect plan. I see the places where my faith wavered, where my fears overshadowed my trust, where my doubts whispered louder than your promises. Yet even in my frailty, even in my shortcomings, you do not turn away. Your grace does not diminish in the face of my failures. Your love does not retreat when I falter. Instead, you draw nearer, reminding me that I am not defined by my past, not measured by my mistakes, but redeemed by your unrelenting mercy. So I surrender again, not in reluctance but in longing. I lay down the weight of my worries, my anxieties about the unknown, my uncertainties about tomorrow. I release the need to understand everything, to map out every step, to grasp what only you can see. I trade my striving for stillness, my fear for faith, my restless questioning for the assurance that you are in control. Lord, as this night unfolds into the promise of a new day, I ask that you awaken within me a deeper hunger for your truth. Let my heart be fertile ground where your word takes root, where faith flourishes, where love abounds. Let me walk in the light of your wisdom, guided not by my own desires but by the prompting of your Spirit. Grant me the humility to recognize that my own understanding is limited, that my wisdom is but a drop in the vast ocean of your knowledge. Teach me to lean not on my own perception but to trust fully in your divine orchestration. Even when I do not see the full picture, let me rest in the certainty that you are weaving all things together for good. Father, I pray for a heart that seeks after you above all else. A heart that is not swayed by the fleeting pursuits of this world, that is not distracted by temporary successes or shaken by momentary trials. A heart that is steadfast, rooted in the truth of who you are. Let me not chase after things that do not satisfy, but rather hunger for the richness of your presence. Lord, shape my desires to reflect your will. Align my ambitions with your purpose. Redirect my steps if ever I walk away from the path you have set before me. Let my life be a testimony not of my own strength, but of your transformative power. Let every word I speak, every action I take, every moment I live be an offering of praise to you. And in this sacred hour, I lift before you all who are burdened, all who feel weary beneath the weight of life's struggles. For those who lie awake in worry, unsure of what tomorrow holds, wrap them in the comfort of your presence. For those who are grieving, let them feel the gentle nearness of your love. For those who are searching, wandering in the wilderness of doubt, reveal yourself as the way, the truth, and the life. Father, I pray for healing over those who are broken, restoration for those who feel lost, redemption for those who have strayed. Where there is bitterness, sow forgiveness. Where there is fear, plant courage. Where there is despair, breathe hope anew. Let every heart that seeks you find you. Let every soul that calls upon your name experience the depth of your grace. As the night wears on, as the first hints of dawn whisper against the sky, I remain here in the quiet, wrapped in the stillness of your presence. Let this peace settle into the deepest parts of my being, a peace that is not dependent on circumstances but rooted in the unshakable foundation of who you are. I know that the world will soon stir to life. The streets will hum with motion. The voices of people will rise. The rhythm of another day will begin. But let me carry this stillness within me. Let me walk through the hours ahead not with hurried steps but with a heart anchored in your presence. Let me see the world through the lens of grace, responding not in haste but with wisdom, not in frustration but with patience, not in fear but with love. Let my words be gentle, my actions be kind, my presence be a reflection of your light. Let me extend grace even when it is undeserved, forgive even when it is difficult, love even when it is inconvenient. Let me be a vessel through which your goodness flows, touching those I encounter, drawing them closer to the source of all love, all truth, all life. Lord, let this day be an offering, not just in the grand moments, but in the small ones too, in the quiet prayers, in the unnoticed acts of kindness, in the unseen sacrifices. Let my life be a hymn of gratitude, a song of surrender, a melody of praise that echoes beyond this moment, beyond this hour, beyond this day. And as the dawn breaks, as light spills over the horizon, I rise, not just from this place of prayer, but into the fullness of your grace. I rise with renewed strength, with steadfast faith, with a heart that is ready to follow wherever you lead. For you are my refuge and my fortress, my guiding light, my unshakable foundation. Thus, I step forward into this new day, not alone but held by your hand, not in fear but in faith, not in uncertainty but in the unwavering confidence that you go before me. And so, I remain in your presence, moment by moment, breath by breath, surrendered, trusting, abiding in the depths of your love. With each passing moment, As the darkness begins to yield to the tender light of dawn, my soul lingers in this sacred communion, resting in the vastness of your presence. Though the world still slumbers, my spirit remains awake, attuned to the whispers of your grace. There is no rush here, no urgency, only the quiet assurance that I am seen, known, and loved by you. I do not take this moment for granted. Father, in a world that moves so quickly, that demands so much, that fills every waking hour with noise and distraction, this stillness is a gift. Here, in the hush before the day begins, I can breathe deeply of your peace. Here, my heart is free to lay itself bare before you, unguarded and unafraid. I marvel at the way you hold all things together, the turning of the earth, the rising of the sun, the unseen rhythms that sustain life itself. You are the architect of time, the master of seasons, the one who speaks and creation obeys. And yet, for all your majesty, for all your infinite power, you incline your ear to me. You hear my whispered prayers. You gather every sigh, every unspoken longing, and hold them close. What kind of love is this, Lord, that you, the God of all creation, would care so deeply for one as small as me? That you would number the hairs on my head, count my every tear, carry my burdens as if they were your own? I cannot comprehend the depths of such love, but I receive it with gratitude that overflows from my soul. And because you love me so completely, so relentlessly, I surrender myself fully to you. I release every hidden corner of my heart into your hands, trusting that there is no safer place for my hopes, my dreams, my fears, and my failures. Mold me, Lord, shape me according to your will. Strip away anything that does not align with your purpose. Refine me until all that remains is a reflection of your glory. I know that surrender is not always easy. There are parts of me that still want to cling to control, that resist the unknown, that long for certainty and security. But I choose, in this moment, to let go. I choose to trust you more than I trust my own understanding. I choose to walk by faith, even when the road ahead is veiled in mystery. I choose to believe that whatever you have planned for me is far greater than anything I could imagine for myself. Lord, as the first light of day begins to stir on the horizon, I pray that you would also awaken new life within me. Let the dawn that breaks over the earth be a reflection of the renewal taking place in my soul. Let this day be a fresh beginning, a new chapter filled with purpose and grace. Teach me to walk through this day with eyes wide open to your presence. Let me not be so consumed by my own plans that I miss the ways you are moving around me. Open my heart to the divine appointments you have set before me, the conversations that need kindness, the moments that require patience, the opportunities to extend love. Let me be fully present in each encounter, seeing others not as interruptions, but as souls deeply cherished by you. Father, I ask for wisdom today, not the wisdom of the world, but the wisdom that comes from walking in step with your Spirit. Give me discernment to recognize what is right and courage to choose it. Even when it is difficult, let my words be seasoned with grace, my thoughts be aligned with truth, my actions be a reflection of your heart. I know that challenges will come, that trials may test my faith, that not every moment of this day will be easy. But I also know that you are with me. You go before me, making a way. You stand beside me, strengthening my steps. You are my rearguard, protecting me from what I cannot see. There is no place I can go where your presence does not reach. So I will not fear. I will not be anxious. I will not allow the worries of this world to steal my peace. Instead, I will fix my eyes on you, the one who holds all things in his hands. I will rest in the certainty that nothing, no circumstance, no hardship, no unforeseen turn, can separate me from your love. Lord, I lift up those who are struggling today, those whose hearts are heavy, those who are burdened by sorrow or uncertainty. Draw near to them, Just as you have drawn near to me, let them feel the warmth of your embrace, the comfort of your presence. Whisper peace to their weary souls. Remind them that they are not alone, that they are never beyond the reach of your love. For the broken-hearted, I ask for healing. For the weary, I ask for rest. For the lost, I ask for direction. For the hurting, I ask for hope. Meet each one in the depths of their need, Lord, and reveal yourself as the answer, the anchor, the all-sufficient one. As I continue in this hour of prayer, I sense your presence growing ever nearer, wrapping around me like a gentle embrace. There is nothing I lack when I am with you. No need unmet, no void unfilled, no longing left unanswered. You are enough, more than enough. And in this sacred truth, my soul finds rest. Father, I pray that this awareness of your presence would not fade when the morning breaks. When the demands of the day press in, when the world calls me to distraction, let me carry this stillness with me, not as a momentary experience, but as a way of living. Let me abide in you, not just in these quiet hours, but in the noise, in the busyness, in the routine of daily life. Let my heart remain anchored in the truth that you are my source, that my strength comes not from my own abilities, but from the power of your Spirit within me, that my peace is not dictated by my circumstances, but by the unshakable foundation of your promises, that my joy is not found in temporary blessings, but in the eternal hope I have in you. And so, as the night surrenders to the first light of dawn, as the world begins to stir from its slumber, I remain here in the quiet, soaking in the fullness of your presence. I do not rush away. I do not move on too quickly. I linger, because there is no place more precious than this, no moment more sacred than one spent in communion with you. May this prayer continue beyond these words, beyond this hour, beyond this moment. May it be woven into the fabric of my life, a constant conversation, an unceasing offering of my heart to you. May every breath be a prayer of gratitude. May every step be an act of faith. May every moment be lived in the awareness that I am yours, and you are mine. And so, I dwell in this truth, in this love, in this endless grace, knowing that as long as I abide in you, I am home. As I remain in this sacred communion, with the hush of the night dissolving into the soft glow of dawn, I feel the weight of your presence surrounding me like a warm embrace. Time stretches in this moment, yet it is as if I am beyond time itself, caught in the stillness of eternity where you reign. The world stirs in distant whispers, but my heart is anchored here, fixed upon you, upon the holiness of your love, upon the steadfastness of your mercy. This moment, Lord, is a treasure beyond compare. To sit at your feet in the quiet, to rest in the assurance of your presence, to know with certainty that I am held, this is enough. This is more than enough. Nothing in this world can satisfy the way you do. Nothing can bring the peace that you pour out so freely. I am reminded that I was created for this, created for communion with you, created to know you, to love you, to walk in step with your Spirit. And yet, how often I forget, how often I allow the worries of the day to pull me away from this place of abiding. How often I rush through life, missing the beauty of your presence in the simple, the ordinary, the seemingly small. But you, in your infinite patience, never cease to call me back. You are always near, always waiting, always ready to meet me in the stillness. If only I would slow down long enough to listen. So let me not be in a hurry. Lord, let me not move from this place too quickly. Let me not rush away from the lessons you long to teach me, from the transformation you desire to work within me. Let me linger here, in the safety of your presence, until my heart beats in rhythm with yours, until my thoughts are shaped by your wisdom, until my soul is utterly aligned with your will. There is much I do not know, much I cannot see. The future stretches before me, uncertain, veiled in mystery. But this I do know, you are faithful, you are sovereign, you are good, And if you are the one who holds my tomorrow, then I have no reason to fear. So I release my grip on the unknown. I let go of the need to control, to plan every detail, to chart a course of my own making. Instead, I open my hands to you, trusting that whatever you place in them will be far greater than anything I could grasp for myself. Lead me, Lord, direct my steps, show me the way in which I should walk, and when I am tempted to stray, when the distractions of the world pull at my attention, gently call me back to you. Let my soul be tethered to your truth, that I may not drift with the tides of circumstance. Let my faith be anchored in your promises, that I may not waver when trials arise. Let my joy be rooted in your presence, that I may not be shaken by the fleeting troubles of this world. I am yours, Lord, fully, completely, without reservation. Let this truth shape every moment of my day. Let it be evident in the way I speak, in the way I act, in the way I love. Let those who encounter me encounter you. Let my life be a reflection of the grace I have received, a testimony to the mercy that has redeemed me, a beacon that points to the hope I have in you. Father, as the world begins to wake, as the sky slowly shifts from night to morning, I lift up all those who are starting this new day with burdens too heavy to carry alone. For the weary, I ask for rest. For the anxious, I ask for peace. For the grieving, I ask for comfort. For the lost, I ask for guidance. Meet them where they are. Lord, wrap them in the assurance of your love. Whisper truth into the depths of their souls. And for those who do not yet know you, who have not yet tasted the sweetness of your presence, I pray that you would draw them close. Remove the veils from their eyes. Soften the walls around their hearts. Let them see you as you truly are, compassionate, patient, full of mercy. Let them know that they are not beyond redemption, that there is no sin too great, no past too broken, no distance too far for your grace to reach. Father, teach me to be a vessel of your love today. Let me be slow to anger, quick to forgive. Let my words bring healing, not harm. Let my presence bring peace, not discord. Let my actions be a reflection of the kindness you have so abundantly poured out upon me. Let me see others as you see them, not as the world defines them. Not through the lens of judgment, but through the lens of grace. Give me patience, Lord, patience when things do not go as planned, patience when trials arise, patience when answers do not come as quickly as I would like. Let me trust in your perfect timing, resting in the knowledge that you are never late, never caught off guard, never unprepared. Let me remember that delays are not denials, that waiting is not wasted time, that you are always at work, even in the unseen. And as I move through this day, let my spirit remain in communion with you, not just in these early hours, but in every hour that follows. Let my heart be continually turned toward you. Let my mind be fixed on things above. Let my soul remain anchored in the peace that only you can give. The dawn has almost broken, and soon the quiet will give way to the sounds of a world awakening. But let the peace of this moment remain within me, a steady undercurrent beneath the noise, a quiet confidence that no matter what the day brings, you are with me. And so I rise, not in haste, but in trust, not in fear, but in faith, not in my own strength, but in the strength that comes from abiding in you. I take the first steps into this day, knowing that I do not walk alone. I take each breath with the awareness that you are the one who sustains me. I move forward with the certainty that nothing, no trouble, no hardship, no uncertainty, can separate me from your love. And though this prayer may pause, my communion with you will not. For you are my dwelling place, my refuge, my ever-present help, and in you, I will abide, not just in this moment, but in every moment that follows. Not just in this hour, but in every hour to come. As I step into the unfolding light of this new day, my heart remains anchored in the quiet intimacy of this hour. Though the night has faded and the world stirs with the rhythm of morning, I refuse to leave this sacred space within me, a space where you dwell, where my soul is at rest, where your presence is my refuge. The hours ahead will bring their own demands, their own challenges, their own moments of joy and trial. Yet I choose to carry this peace with me, to walk in the awareness that I am never apart from you. Let every step I take today be a step in faith, not dictated by fear or doubt, not burdened by worries I was never meant to carry. Let me walk lightly, unencumbered by the weight of yesterday's regrets or tomorrow's uncertainties. The past is in your hands. The future is in your hands. And this very moment, this breath, this heartbeat, is a gift I will not squander. Let me live fully present in the now, eyes wide open to the grace that surrounds me, ears attuned to the whispers of your Spirit. Lord, let me move with purpose, not merely drifting through the day but intentionally seeking to reflect your love in all I do. When my heart grows weary, renew my strength. When my patience is tested, remind me of your long-suffering kindness toward me. When I am tempted to react in frustration, still my spirit and fill my words with gentleness. Let my life be a testimony, not in grand gestures alone, but in the small, unseen acts of love that reflect the quiet power of your grace. I know that today will bring unexpected moments, some filled with beauty, others with difficulty, but I refuse to be shaken. My peace does not depend on circumstances, but on the one who walks beside me through them all. So I will not fear the unknown, nor will I shrink back in hesitation. You go before me, preparing the way. You stand beside me, my constant companion. You are my rearguard, ensuring that no misstep, no failure, no setback can remove me from your will. Father, remind me often today that I am not merely passing through time, but that I have been placed here with intention. Every interaction I have is an opportunity to bring light. Every task before me, no matter how mundane, can be an offering of worship. Every breath I take is evidence of your sustaining grace. Let me not overlook the significance of the ordinary. Let me not grow numb to the wonder of existence itself. I pray for my thoughts. Lord, let them be pure, noble, and aligned with truth. Banish any lingering negativity that seeks to cloud my mind, any lie of the enemy that attempts to take root. Let my meditations be pleasing in your sight, my mind steadfast in your promises, my heart guarded by the knowledge that I belong to you. I pray for my hands, that they would be used for good, that I would labor with diligence, serve with humility, and extend kindness freely, that I would not withhold good when it is within my power to give, that I would be quick to lift up the weary, quick to lend a hand where there is need. Let my actions be a reflection of the compassion you have shown me, a reminder to others that there is still love in this world. I pray for my words. Lord, let them build up and not tear down. Let them speak life, not destruction. Let them be a source of healing, of encouragement, of truth spoken in love. Let me resist the urge to speak hastily or in anger, to engage in gossip or empty chatter. Let my tongue be a wellspring of wisdom, a vessel for your peace, a channel through which grace flows. I lift up my relationships to you, Father, the ones that bring joy and the ones that require patience, the ones that feel effortless and the ones that demand grace upon grace. Teach me to love well, to listen with understanding, to forgive as I have been forgiven. Where there is tension, bring reconciliation. Where there is misunderstanding, bring clarity. Where there is distance, build bridges. Let every connection in my life be shaped by the love you have poured into me. Lord, I intercede for those who are struggling today. For the one who woke up feeling alone, let them be reminded that you are near. For the one carrying burdens too heavy to bear, be their strength. For the one who is questioning their worth, reveal to them the depth of your love. For the one who is weary in well-doing, renew their spirit. For the one who feels lost, be the light that guides them home. There is so much pain in this world. So many hearts that ache under the weight of brokenness. But you are the God who heals. The God who restores. The God who redeems what was thought to be lost. So I lift up the hurting, the wandering, the hopeless, knowing that your love reaches deeper than their wounds. That your mercy extends beyond their failures. That your grace is sufficient for every need. As I continue through this day, Father, let me not forget the sweetness of this moment. Let me not allow the noise of the world to drown out the quiet whisper of your voice. Let me not become so consumed with tasks and obligations that I fail to recognize the divine appointments you have placed before me. Let me live with open hands, open eyes, open heart, ready to receive, ready to give, ready to follow wherever you lead. I do not know what the next hour holds. What unexpected turns may come. What blessings may unfold or what trials may arise. But I do not need to know. It is enough to know that you are with me. It is enough to trust that you are in control. It is enough to rest in the promise that nothing, no joy, no sorrow, no triumph, no setback, can separate me from your love. So I go forth, not in my own strength, but in yours. Not with a spirit of fear, but with a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind, not as one who walks alone, but as one who is deeply held, deeply loved, deeply known. And as the hours unfold, as the light of day fully dawns, I will return again to this sacred communion, maybe not in words, maybe not in structured prayer, but in the posture of my heart, in the quiet surrender of each moment. For prayer is not confined to these early hours, it is the breath of my soul, the undercurrent of my being, the never-ending conversation between me and my Creator. So I will not leave this place. Because you are with me. I will not step outside of this communion. Because I abide in you. I will not cease to pray. Because my very existence is an offering of worship. And as the world moves around me, as the hours pass and the day unfolds, I will walk in this truth, that I am held, that I am seen, that I am never alone, that my Father goes before me, walks beside me, and watches over me, that my life is hidden in Christ, and that nothing in all creation can separate me from His love. As the morning light slowly stretches across the horizon, I remain in the stillness of your presence, allowing my heart to absorb the fullness of this communion. Though the world begins to stir, my soul clings to this sacred hush, to the lingering warmth of your embrace, to the certainty that even as time moves forward, you remain unchanged. The hours ahead will bring their own challenges, their own joys and trials, yet I will not move through them alone. You are my ever-present help, my unwavering foundation, my source of strength. Let this truth be the rhythm that guides my steps today, the melody that plays beneath every interaction, the undercurrent that steadies my heart no matter what comes my way. Father, I ask for an awareness of your presence that does not fade when the responsibilities of the day press in. Let me not be so consumed by my tasks that I fail to see you in the ordinary moments. In the laughter of a friend, let me recognize your joy. In the kindness of a stranger, let me see a glimpse of your love. In the challenges I face, let me trust in your wisdom. Let my spirit remain tethered to the reality that you are with me, that you go before me, that you surround me with mercy unfailing. I surrender my plans for this day. Lord, I lay them at your feet, knowing that your wisdom far surpasses my own. There is comfort in releasing control, in trusting that you are weaving together a story greater than I can comprehend. Let me hold my own desires with open hands, willing to let go if you call me in a different direction. If my plans are not in alignment with your will, redirect me. If I am walking towards something that is not meant for me, close the door. Let me not be so determined to follow my own path that I miss the one you have prepared for me. I pray for clarity, Lord, for a mind that is not clouded by doubt or confusion, for eyes that see beyond the surface, beyond what is immediate, Beyond what is fleeting, let my decisions be guided not by impulse, not by fear, not by the expectations of others, but by the quiet assurance that I am walking in step with you. Strengthen my heart for whatever this day holds. If I am met with difficulties, let me face them with courage. If I am met with obstacles, let me persevere with unwavering faith. If I encounter resistance, let me stand firm in the truth. And if I am met with moments of joy, let me not take them for granted. Let gratitude be my response to both the trials and the triumphs, knowing that you are present in them all. Lord, remind me often today that my worth is not found in what I accomplish, but in who I am in you. That I do not have to strive for approval, that I do not have to earn love, that I do not have to chase significance. I am already enough because you have called me your own. I am already valued beyond measure because you created me with purpose. Let me rest in this truth. Let me carry it as a shield against the lies that try to steal my peace. And Father, as I navigate the relationships you have placed in my life, give me wisdom. Let my words be seasoned with grace. Let my actions be guided by love. Let my heart be open to those who need kindness. Where there is tension, let me be an instrument of peace. Where there is misunderstanding, let me seek to listen before I speak. Where there is hurt, let me extend forgiveness, even when it is difficult. Let my love be a reflection of yours, unwavering, unconditional, ever-reaching. I pray for those I will encounter today. For the weary souls who are in need of encouragement, let my presence be a source of comfort. For the ones who feel unseen, let me remind them of their worth. For those who are burdened with worries too great to bear, let me offer a listening ear, a kind word, a moment of reprieve. Let me not rush past opportunities to extend compassion. Let me not be so focused on my own concerns that I fail to see the needs around me. And Father, for those who are hurting in ways I cannot see, for the silent battles being fought behind tired eyes, for the prayers whispered in desperation, I lift them up to you. You know every burden, you see every tear, you hear every unspoken plea. Be near to them, Lord. Let them feel the weight of your love pressing in against their sorrow. Let them know that they are not alone, that they are not forgotten, that they are held by hands that will never let them go. There is so much brokenness in this world, so many wounds that seem too deep to heal. But I believe in your power to restore. I believe that there is no heart too shattered that you cannot mend, no soul too lost that you cannot bring home, no pain too great that you cannot redeem. So I pray for healing, Lord, not just for those I know, but for all who are longing for wholeness. Bring beauty from the ashes. Turn mourning into dancing. Replace despair with hope. And as I carry these prayers with me throughout the day, let them not be words spoken only in this quiet hour, but a continual outpouring of my heart before you. Let my life be a living prayer, a testimony of trust, a constant surrender to your will. Let each breath be an act of worship. Let each moment be an offering of faith. Let each step be a declaration that I am yours. I do not know what this day holds, but I know the one who holds it, and that is enough. It is enough to quiet my fears. It is enough to steady my spirit. It is enough to fill me with peace that cannot be shaken. So I go forward, not in my own strength, but in yours, not with anxiety, but with confidence, not as one who walks alone, but as one who is deeply held, deeply known, deeply loved. And though this moment of stillness may pass, my communion with you will not. For you are not confined to this early hour. You are with me in the busyness, in the noise, in the midst of it all, and in every moment. I will return to you, again and again, breath by breath, heartbeat by heartbeat, prayer by prayer. And so, as the quiet of the early morning fades into the rhythm of the day, I remain here in spirit, tethered to the sacred communion we share. Though the world awakens in motion, in schedules, in endless voices calling for my attention, My heart refuses to be pulled away from this place of abiding. Let my soul remain anchored. Lord, let this awareness of your presence be woven into every hour, into the ordinary and the extraordinary, into the quiet moments and the chaotic ones alike. For you are not a distant God, not a presence confined to these still hours before the world stirs. You are with me in every breath, in every task, in every interaction. Let my spirit not be distracted by the noise of the world, but instead let it be attuned to the unchanging song of your love. I ask for grace, Lord, grace not only to receive but to give. Grace for myself when I fall short, when I forget, when I am slow to learn. Grace for others when they wound me, when they misunderstand me, when they fail in ways I am tempted to judge. Let me be an extension of the mercy you have so lavishly poured upon me, a vessel through which your love flows freely and abundantly. Teach me, Lord, to see beyond the surface, to see people not through the lens of their actions alone, but through the lens of their stories, the unseen battles they fight, the burdens they carry in silence, the wounds they hide behind carefully constructed facades. Let me not be quick to assume, quick to judge, quick to react. Instead, give me patience, give me wisdom, give me the discernment to love beyond what is obvious, to offer kindness even when it is undeserved. Today, Lord, let me walk in humility. Let me not seek to be noticed, to be praised, to be exalted. Let me be content in the quiet work of faithfulness, in the unnoticed acts of service, in the simple joy of obedience. Let me not measure my worth by what the world applauds, but by the depth of my surrender to you. Strip away any pride that lingers in the corners of my heart, any desire to be seen for the sake of recognition. Let my only ambition be to reflect you, to point to you, to bring glory to you alone. Father, in the moments when my patience wears thin, when frustration rises, when the weight of responsibility feels too great, be my steadying force. Remind me to pause, to breathe, to return to the wellspring of your peace. Let me not react in haste, not speak words that wound, not act in ways that misrepresent your love. Instead, let my responses be tempered with gentleness, my words seasoned with grace, my actions aligned with your heart. There will be interruptions today, unexpected moments that disrupt my plans, challenges that test my resolve, situations that call for wisdom beyond my own. Let me welcome them, Lord. Let me not see them as obstacles but as opportunities to trust, to grow, to be shaped more into your likeness. Let me not resist the ways you refine me through difficulty, the ways you strengthen me through endurance, the ways you stretch my faith through the unknown. And when I grow weary, when the day feels long, when my strength begins to wane, remind me that I do not walk alone, that I do not have to carry it all, that I was never meant to. Let me return to you, not just in the quiet hours of morning, but in the midst of the day's demands, in the noise, in the movement, in the moments where I am most tempted to rely on my own strength. Let me return, again and again, to the truth that you are my source. Let me find joy in the smallest of things today, Lord, in the warmth of sunlight breaking through the clouds, in the laughter of a child, in the kindness of a stranger, in the beauty of a moment too fleeting to be captured, yet rich enough to be remembered. Let me not be so busy that I miss these glimpses of your love woven into the fabric of the day. Let me be awake to wonder, to gratitude, to the quiet miracles that surround me. I pray for the moments of solitude today, however brief they may be, that I would use them not to scroll through distractions, not to fill them with noise, but to breathe, to be still, to acknowledge your presence. Let me turn my thoughts to you in the midst of it all, whispering prayers of gratitude, of surrender, of longing. Let me cultivate a heart that seeks you in every moment, not just the sacred stillness of the early hours but in the motion of life itself. And when the evening comes, when the light begins to fade, When the weight of the day settles upon my shoulders, let me look back and see your hand in it all. Let me not measure the success of this day by accomplishments alone, but by how well I loved, by how faithfully I walked with you, by how often I chose trust over fear, surrender over control. Let me lay my head down tonight with the same peace that fills me now, knowing that no matter what this day held, no matter what victories or failures, joys or struggles, you were with me in it all. Let me sleep in the security of your love, resting not in my own efforts but in the grace that sustains me. And when the cycle begins again, when another day dawns, when the stillness of morning once again calls my soul to attention, I will return, again and again. I will return, not out of obligation, but out of love, not because I must, but because I long to. Because this is what I was created for, to know you, to love you, to dwell with you not just in moments of prayer but in the entirety of my being. So let this prayer continue, not only in words, but in the posture of my heart, in the way I live, in the unceasing conversation between my soul and my Creator. Let my life be a prayer, my breath an offering, my every moment a sacred space where you dwell. And let me walk forward, not away from this communion, but deeper into it, carrying the light of this stillness into the day, into the world, into the unknown. And as I carry this prayer within me, woven into the fabric of my soul, I walk forward into this day with a heart fully surrendered, fully awake, fully aware that I am yours. The rising sun may mark the beginning of another day, but it does not mark an end to this communion. For this conversation, this abiding, this resting in you, it is not meant to be confined to the early hours alone. It is meant to be unceasing, a continuous flow, an unbroken rhythm that shapes every thought, every word, every action. So let me walk, not as one who is merely passing through the hours, but as one who carries a divine purpose in every moment. Let me move with intention, with awareness, with an openness to the ways you are moving all around me. Let my spirit be sensitive to your whispers, attuned to the quiet nudges that direct my steps, that turn my heart toward compassion, that align my desires with yours. Father, let me be a light today, not by striving, not by force, but by simply reflecting the love you have so generously poured into me. Let that love spill over into the lives of those around me, into the conversations I have, into the way I listen, into the way I serve. Let my presence bring peace into the spaces I enter. Let my words bring healing where there is pain. Let my actions be a testimony of grace in a world that so often forgets what grace looks like. I know there will be moments today when I fall short, when my patience is tested, when my words are not as kind as they should be, when my heart forgets to rest in you. But even then, I will not be discouraged. I will not let failure define me, for I know that your grace is sufficient. I will not let moments of weakness turn into shame, for I know that your mercy is new with each breath. Instead, I will return, again and again, moment by moment, turning my heart back toward you. I pray for the strength to walk with integrity today, to be the same in private as I am in public, to be steadfast in truth even when it is difficult, to be faithful in the small things as well as the great. Let me not be swayed by the opinions of others. Let me not be tempted by shortcuts or compromises. Let me stand firm in righteousness, in honesty, in the quiet confidence that true success is not found in worldly measures but in a life lived in obedience to you. Let my heart be undivided. Lord, let me not try to serve two masters. Let me not chase after both the world and your kingdom. Let my priorities reflect what truly matters. Let me invest in what is eternal, in relationships, in love, in the unseen work of faithfulness that may never be acknowledged by men but is always seen by you. I lift up my hands to you in surrender. Father, not just in this moment, but in every moment that follows. Take all that I am. Take my weaknesses and make them strengths. Take my struggles and use them for your glory. Take my plans and align them with yours. Let nothing in me resist the refining fire of your love. Let nothing in me cling to anything less than what you have intended for me. I trust you, Lord, not just with the easy things, not just with the parts of my life that feel secure, but with everything. I trust you with my future, with the unanswered questions, with the prayers that have not yet been fulfilled. I trust that your timing is perfect, that your ways are higher, that your plan is unfolding in ways I cannot yet see. And so I release every anxiety, every worry, every lingering hesitation into your hands. I choose faith over fear, trust over doubt, surrender over striving. I choose to believe that no matter what comes my way today, you are already there, making a way, working all things together for my good. I lift up those around me. Father, my family, my friends, the strangers I will encounter today, the ones I may never even know by name but who are also in need of your presence. Bless them, Lord, speak to their hearts, meet them in the places where they are most desperate for you. Open their eyes to your love, open their hearts to your grace. For those who are hurting, be their healer. For those who are searching, be their guide. For those who feel unworthy, remind them of their identity in you. For those who are weary, be their strength. And for those who do not yet know you, Lord, let today be the day their eyes are opened, the day their hearts are softened, the day they recognize the love that has been pursuing them all along. Use me however you will, Father, as an instrument of your kingdom, as a reflection of your mercy, as a living testimony of redemption. As I continue through the hours ahead, let my soul remain in this posture of worship. Let my thoughts be centered on what is true, what is pure, what is lovely, what is worthy of praise. Let my heart be steadfast in gratitude, finding joy not only in the blessings that are easy to see but in the hidden gifts, the lessons in trials, the growth in waiting, the refinement in struggle. Let me be a witness of your faithfulness today, not only in words but in action. Let my life speak louder than anything I say. Let my love be evident. Let my joy be contagious. Let my peace be unshaken. Let my hope be unwavering. And when the night falls again, when the sun sets and the day comes to an end, let me return once more to this place of stillness. Let me look back not with regret, not with worry, but with the quiet assurance that I lived this day with my heart fully surrendered to you. For you are my beginning and my end, my source and my sustainer, my guide and my refuge, my reason for waking, my peace in resting. And in you, I will remain, now and always, moment by moment, breath by breath, prayer by prayer. And as this day unfolds before me, I remain in this sacred conversation, this unbroken communion with you. Lord, the sun rises higher, the world moves faster, yet my heart stays still in your presence. The rhythm of life may quicken, but my soul refuses to be hurried, refuses to be drawn away from this place of abiding. Let every breath today be a reminder that I am sustained by you. Let every heartbeat echo the truth that I am alive not by my own strength, but by the grace you have so freely given. Let every moment, whether filled with joy or difficulty, stillness or motion, be an opportunity to walk in deeper surrender, to trust in you more fully, to see your hand in the details that others overlook. I invite you into every part of this day, Lord, into the decisions I will make, the words I will speak, the challenges I will face, the unexpected moments that will come, into the mundane tasks, the simple conversations, the quiet pauses in between, into the laughter and the sorrow, the victories and the struggles, the moments of certainty and the ones that stretch my faith. I withhold nothing from you. There is no part of my life that is separate from your presence, no corner of my heart that is hidden from your view. Teach me to live with my spirit continually lifted toward you, not just in the stillness of the early hours, but in the movement of the day. in the responsibilities that call my attention, in the interactions that shape my journey. Let my life itself become a prayer, an ongoing offering of worship, an unceasing act of devotion that is not confined to words but reflected in every choice I make. When I am met with kindness today, let gratitude be my response. When I am met with difficulty, let patience be my anchor. When I am met with opposition, let love be my defense. When I am met with opportunities to serve, let my hands be quick to act. When I am met with silence, let me find peace in the quiet. When I am met with busyness, let me not forget to pause, to breathe, to remember that my worth is not found in what I accomplish but in who I am in you. I ask for wisdom today, Lord, not the wisdom of the world that seeks self-advancement, but the wisdom that comes from walking in alignment with your will. Give me eyes to see what truly matters, to discern what is eternal from what is fleeting, to choose what is right even when it is difficult. Let me not be swayed by convenience, by pressure, by the opinions of others. Let me walk in the security of your truth, confident that when I seek you first, everything else will fall into place. Let my words today be intentional. Father, let them be filled with grace, with encouragement, with life. Let me not waste them on complaints, on gossip, on empty chatter that does nothing to build others up. Let my speech reflect the kindness you have shown me. Let my tone be gentle. Let my voice carry the warmth of love. Where I have the power to bring healing through my words, let me use it well. Where I have the opportunity to uplift, to inspire, to offer hope, let me not hold back. Let my actions today be a testimony of your love. Let my service be done in humility, expecting nothing in return. Let my patience be unwavering, my generosity abundant, my presence a source of peace. Let me be fully present in every conversation, not rushing through moments but embracing them with intention, knowing that even the smallest interaction can leave a lasting impact. And Father, when challenges arise today, as they surely will, let my first response be to turn to you. Let me not be quick to frustration, quick to anger, quick to discouragement. Let me remember that you are my strength, that nothing today is too great for your power, that no obstacle is beyond your ability to overcome. Let me trust in your sovereignty, even when things do not go as planned, even when unexpected difficulties come my way. I pray for endurance, Lord, not just physical strength, but spiritual endurance, the kind that does not waver in the face of hardship, the kind that is not easily shaken by the shifting tides of life. Let my faith be steadfast, rooted deeply in your promises. Let my hope be unwavering, not dependent on circumstances but anchored in the unchanging truth of who you are. I lift up those around me today, those who are struggling, those who are carrying burdens unseen, those who are in desperate need of your presence. Meet them where they are. Father, speak to their hearts, whisper peace into their chaos. Remind them that they are not alone. Let me be an instrument of your love to them, a reminder that they are seen, valued, cherished. For those who are battling fear, bring courage. For those who are trapped in despair, bring hope. For those who feel lost, bring direction. For those who are grieving, bring comfort. For those who are weary, bring rest. And Father, for those who do not yet know you, who have yet to experience the depth of your love, let today be a day of awakening. Open their eyes to your presence. Soften their hearts to receive you. Use me, if it is your will, as a reflection of your goodness, as a vessel through which your light shines. Let my life be an invitation, a quiet yet undeniable testimony of the transformation that comes from knowing you. I know, Lord, that today will not be perfect. There will be moments of frustration, moments of weakness, moments where I fall short. But I thank you that my worth is not determined by my perfection, but by your grace. I thank you that even when I fail, your love does not waver. I thank you that your mercy meets me anew with every breath. that your kindness knows no end. So I go forward not in fear, but in faith, not with anxiety, but with assurance, not as one who walks alone, but as one who is deeply held, deeply known, deeply loved. I move with confidence, not in my own ability, but in the certainty that you are with me, that you go before me, that you walk beside me, that you will never leave nor forsake me. And as this day unfolds, I will return to you again and again. In moments of joy, I will thank you. In moments of struggle, I will lean on you. In moments of uncertainty, I will trust you. In moments of stillness, I will listen for your voice. My communion with you is not confined to this morning hour. It is a thread that weaves through every part of my existence. A connection that remains unbroken. A love that is never ending. So I move forward, carrying this prayer with me, not just in my words, but in my heart, in my actions, in the quiet surrender of every moment. And though the day will eventually fade, though the sun will set and the night will return, this communion will not end. For you are my dwelling place, my refuge, my eternal home, and in you, I remain. And in you, I remain, not just for this moment, not just for this day, but for all my days, for all eternity. You are my dwelling place, my refuge, my constant companion in every season, in every hour, in every breath. As the world moves forward, as time carries me through the unfolding of this day, my heart will not depart from this sacred communion. Let this prayer continue within me, unbroken and unwavering, shaping the way I walk, the way I speak, the way I love. Let every thought be a meditation on your truth, every action a reflection of your grace, every step a journey deeper into your presence. Let my life itself be a living prayer, a continual surrender, an ever-growing testimony to the transforming power of your love. Father, as I step into the unknown of this day, I do so with confidence, not because I know what awaits me, but because I know who goes before me. You are the one who sees what I cannot see, who prepares the way before I even take my first step. I do not need to fear what is ahead, for you are already there. I do not need to carry the weight of tomorrow, for you have already borne it. I ask for peace today, not the peace the world gives, which is fleeting and dependent on circumstances, but the peace that comes only from you. A peace that cannot be shaken by disappointment. A peace that is not disrupted by uncertainty. A peace that stands firm in the face of trials. Let it be my foundation, my anchor, my shield against the anxieties that seek to invade my heart. Let me move through this day with a quiet confidence, not in my own ability but in the sufficiency of your grace. Let my soul be at rest, untroubled by what I cannot control, unshaken by the unexpected. Let my spirit be steady, my heart unwavering, my mind fixed upon you. And as I encounter others today, Father, let me bring this peace with me. Let me be a presence of calm in the midst of chaos, a voice of wisdom in the midst of confusion, a light of hope in the midst of despair. Let those who cross my path today see something different in me, not because of anything I have done, but because of who you are within me. Teach me to see with your eyes today, Lord, to notice the hurting, the weary, the ones who feel unseen, to extend kindness where it is needed, to offer encouragement where it is lacking, to love in ways that are both big and small. Let my interactions be filled with intentionality, my words with thoughtfulness, my presence with compassion. Let me not rush through this day. Lord, let me not be so focused on my own plans that I miss the divine interruptions you place in my path. Let me not be so consumed with what is ahead that I fail to be fully present in what is now. Let me embrace each moment with gratitude, each encounter with love, each challenge with faith. I surrender my agenda to you. Father, I give you my schedule, my deadlines, my to-do lists. If you choose to alter them, I will trust that your way is better. If you lead me in a different direction, I will follow without hesitation. If things do not go as I expect, I will not be discouraged, for I know that your plans are far greater than my own. And when difficulties come, as they surely will, remind me that they are not obstacles, but opportunities to grow, to trust, to rely more fully on you. Let me not be disheartened by trials, but strengthened by them. Let me not see them as hindrances, but as refining fires that make me more like you. Give me endurance, Lord, not just the strength to get through the day, but the perseverance to press on, to keep running the race set before me with faithfulness and joy. Let me not grow weary in doing good. Let me not lose heart when results are not immediate. Let me trust in the unseen work you are doing, in the seeds that are being planted, in the fruit that will come in due time. And at the end of this day, when the sun begins to set, when the world slows and the quiet of night returns, let me look back with a heart full of gratitude. Let me see your hand in every detail, your presence in every moment, your faithfulness in every step. Let me rest, not in my own accomplishments, but in the assurance that I walked this day with you. Let me lay my head down tonight with the same peace I carry now, knowing that I am loved, knowing that I am held, knowing that I am secure in you. Let my sleep be sweet, undisturbed by worry, unshaken by fear. And if I wake in the night, let my first thought be of you. Let my heart be drawn again into prayer, into worship, into communion that never ceases. For my life belongs to you, Father. Every moment, every breath, every heartbeat, let nothing be wasted. Let nothing be lived apart from your will. Let every part of me be surrendered, consecrated, devoted to the purpose you have set before me. So I will continue in this prayer, not just with words, but with my life, not just in the quiet hours of morning, but in the fullness of the day, in the movement, in the work, in the rest, in the stillness. I will abide in you. Lord, as you abide in me, I will walk with you. I will trust in you. I will rest in you. And as this day unfolds, I will return again and again to this place, to this communion, to this love that never ends. And as I abide in you, Lord, as my heart finds its rhythm in your presence, I know that this moment is not merely an interlude, it is the very essence of my existence. To dwell in you, to walk in step with your Spirit, to be fully present in this divine communion, this is life itself. This is where I am made whole. As the day unfolds, as the world continues in its endless motion, I refuse to let this connection fade. I refuse to allow distractions to drown out your voice, to let the demands of the day pull me away from this sacred nearness. Let this awareness of you remain with me, woven into every moment, into every thought, into every action. I do not want to be the kind of person who only seeks you in times of need, who only turns to you when troubles arise. I do not want to treat prayer as a duty or as a temporary refuge. I want it to be my very breath, my lifeline, my unceasing conversation with the one who knows me more intimately than I know myself. Let me learn to walk with you in such a way that even the mundane becomes holy, that even the smallest tasks are offered up as worship. Let me recognize that you are just as present in the ordinary moments as you are in the profound, that you are just as near when I am working, when I am speaking, when I am moving through the demands of the day, as you are in these still, quiet hours of morning. I ask for a heart that remains tender toward you. Lord, let me not grow numb to your voice. Let me not become so accustomed to your presence that I fail to be in awe of it. Keep me in a posture of wonder, of gratitude, of deep reverence for the gift of knowing you. Father, I ask that you would shape my desires so that they align with yours. Remove from me anything that is not pleasing to you, every selfish ambition, every prideful thought, every pursuit that is not rooted in love. Let me long for what you long for. Let me seek what is eternal rather than what is temporary. Let me be satisfied not by the things of this world, but by the fullness of your presence. And Lord, As I move through this day, let me be a vessel of your love, not just in words, but in action, not just in grand gestures, but in the small, unseen moments, the quiet acts of kindness, the patience I extend, the grace I offer when it is undeserved. Let love be the defining characteristic of my life. Let it be what sets me apart, what makes others see something different in me, not because of who I am, but because of who you are within me. I know that love is not always easy, that it requires sacrifice, that it means choosing forgiveness over resentment, compassion over indifference, gentleness over anger, that it means putting others before myself, even when it is inconvenient. But this is the way you have called me to live, and I choose to walk in it, even when it is difficult, even when it requires more of me than I feel capable of giving. Because I know that you are my source, that the love you have poured into me is more than enough to overflow into the lives of those around me. Let me not grow weary in loving well. Let me not allow the disappointments of the past, the wounds of rejection, the scars of betrayal to harden my heart. Let me continue to love, even when it costs me something. Let me continue to extend kindness, even when it is not reciprocated. Let me continue to reflect your heart, even when the world does not understand it. And when I fail, because I know I will, when I fall short, when I miss opportunities to show grace, when I allow my own selfishness to take precedence, remind me that your mercy is always greater, that I am not defined by my failures, but by your faithfulness, that I am not called to perfection, but to continual surrender, that even in my weakness, your love remains unchanging. Lord, I ask for strength today, not just physical strength, but emotional and spiritual endurance, strength to stand firm in truth, even when it is unpopular, strength to resist temptation, to reject complacency, to rise above the distractions that seek to pull me away from you, strength to persevere when the path is difficult, when the journey feels long, when discouragement whispers that it would be easier to give up. Let my hope be unshaken today. Father, let it not be dependent on circumstances, not tied to things that can change or fade. Let it be rooted in the certainty of who you are. Let it be an anchor for my soul, holding me steady when the storms of life arise. I know that today will not be perfect, that there will be moments of struggle, moments of frustration, moments where I am tempted to respond in ways that do not reflect your love. But I also know that I am not walking alone, that in every moment, you are with me, that your Spirit is guiding me, shaping me, working in me to make me more like you. So I will not fear. I will not be anxious. I will not allow the uncertainties of life to steal the peace that is mine in you. I will walk in faith, in confidence, in the quiet assurance that I am held securely in your hands. And when this day comes to an end, when the sky darkens and the world slows once more, I will return to you again, just as I do now. Just as I always will. I will look back and see your hand in every detail. I will count the moments of grace, the unexpected blessings, the ways you were present even when I did not notice it in the moment. I will rest in the knowledge that nothing was wasted, that even in the challenges, you were working, moving, refining. Let this be the rhythm of my life. Lord, a continual returning, a constant communion, an unceasing awareness of your presence. Let my heart never stray too far before it is drawn back to you. Let my soul always find its way home, again and again, to the place where I am most fully alive, in your presence. And so, as I step into this day, I do so with open hands, with a surrendered heart, with a faith that is anchored in you. And as this prayer continues, not just in words, but in the way I live, in the choices I make, in the love I give, I know that I am never alone. For you are with me, always, forever, and in you, I remain. And so, as this prayer lingers in my heart, as this communion stretches beyond words and into the very essence of my being, I surrender completely. I do not leave this moment. For you are not a God confined to time or space. You walk with me into the hours ahead, into the unknown, into the moments yet to unfold. I rest in the certainty that you are before me, beside me, within me, that no part of this day will be lived apart from your presence, that nothing I face is beyond your strength, that no burden I carry is too heavy for your hands. And when the sun sets, when the world slows again, when the quiet of night returns, I will come back to this place, not because I ever truly left, but because my heart will always find its way home to you. For you are my beginning and my end, my refuge and my dwelling place, my peace in the storm, my hope in the waiting, my joy in the journey. And in you, I remain, now and forever.